Chapter 5. This is the book of Adam's history. In the day of God's creating Adam, he made him in the likeness of God. Male and female he created them. After that he blessed them, and called their name Man, in the day of their being created. And Adam lived on for 130 years. Then he became father to a son in his likeness, in his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after his fathering Seth came to be 800 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. So all the days of Adam that he lived amounted to 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived on for 105 years. Then he became father to Enosh. And after his fathering Enosh, Seth continued to live 807 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. So all the days of Seth amounted to 912 years, and he died. And Enosh lived on for 90 years. Then he became father to Kenan. And after his fathering Kenan, Enosh continued to live 815 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. So all the days of Enosh amounted to 905 years, and he died. And Kenan lived on for 70 years. Then he became father to Mahalalel. And after his fathering Mahalalel, Kenan continued to live 840 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. So all the days of Kenan amounted to 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived on for 65 years. Then he became father to Jared. And after his fathering Jared, Mahalalel continued to live 830 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. So all the days of Mahalalel amounted to 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived on for 162 years. Then he became father to Enoch. And after his fathering Enoch, Jared continued to live 800 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. So all the days of Jared amounted to 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived on for 65 years. Then he became father to Methuselah. And after his fathering Methuselah, Enoch went on walking with the true God 300 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. So all the days of Enoch amounted to 365 years. And Enoch kept walking with the true God. Then he was no more, for God took him. And Methuselah lived on for 187 years. Then he became father to Lamech. And after his fathering Lamech, Methuselah continued to live 782 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. So all the days of Methuselah amounted to 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived on for 182 years. Then he became father to a son. And he proceeded to call his name Noah, saying, "This one will bring us comfort from our work, and from the pain of our hands, resulting from the ground which Jehovah has cursed." And after his fathering Noah, Lamech continued to live 595 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. So all the days of Lamech amounted to 777 years, and he died. And Noah got to be 500 years old. After that, Noah became father to Shem, Ham, and Japheth.